Welcome back to the South Park City Museum series on the Victorian Barroom. Today, we are in the J.A. Merriam drugstore. Now, this is the collection of the original J.A. Merriam drugstore. This building started out as a feed store in Alma, Colorado, which is right next door to Fairplay, Colorado, where South Park City Museum is located. Now, the J.A. Merriam Apothecary collection, drugstore collection, is one of the biggest in the country. We're talking pharmaceutical supplies, gear, ingredients, you name it, it's one of the biggest. In the 1950s, when South Park City Museum was getting their collection together, the Smithsonian Institution wanted this collection, but South Park City Museum got it first. So if you want to see the best, the biggest of 19th century pharmaceuticals, don't go to the Smithsonian, come right here to South Park City Museum. These cabinets have been so laden with goods for so long that it's actually gotten bowed in the middle. This just blows my mind. I can't really explain it all to you right here, but we're going to put a link down in the description so you can look at South Park City Museum's broader look at this collection and find out a little bit more about it. Now, I wanted to do a video in the drugstore as opposed to in the saloon because of a theory by the great David Wondrich. Okay, we've met him before. If you're interested in anything that has to do with mixology, with alcohol in the 19th century, he's been really doing us a great favor for more than 20 years now. Check out his research. But his theory is that what we think of as bar equipment, our purpose-made bar equipment, like our bar spoons and whatnot, evolved from apothecary equipment. So we're going to pan around here a little bit and show you some of that. And this just got me feeling kind of potion-y, all right? So usually we don't actually make medicine on the Victorian Barroom. We mostly make things for recreational purposes, and we hope you enjoy them responsibly. But so we are going to attempt something today that I've been reluctant to do on the show because it's really easy to mess up. We're going to do a Pousse Cafe. Now, a Pousse Cafe is generally a layered cocktail, generally, but not always. Sometimes it's even chilled. But in general, it was a layered cocktail. Early on in the period, you're looking at about 3 ingredients that started to expand by the end of the period. And when you see videos about Pousse Cafes now, it might have even more than that. The one we're going to do today comes from 1898 from the Police Gazette Bartender's Guide. So we're there at the end of the Victorian period. And this is an American Pousse Cafe. And this is a layered drink. So our objective is going to be to keep all these layers separate. So if the author wrote it correctly, then the densities of the different liquids should be such that if we do this very carefully, they lay on top of each other. And you'll see the way we do that is by pouring them very carefully over an inverted bar spoon. We have some great mainstays of the Victorian bar that are going to be our ingredients today. One is our Maraschino Liqueur. We're going to move on to Curacao, like we've talked before in the 19th century. That's more like a Grand Marnier. My beloved green Chartreuse that I incorporate whenever possible. And this is an American Pousse Cafe. So they called for Brandy, and so we're using Alan Bishop's revival of an American Hoosier apple brandy, something that was really big here in the United States, only died out because of Prohibition. Alan Bishop is reviving this stuff at Spirits of French Lick, and that's going to be our brandy choice today. So I'm not going to talk while I mix this, guys. I'm going to take a deep breath. We're going to hope for the best. We're going to focus in on the glass and see if we can capture these layers laying on top of each other. Wish me luck. And thanks to Amy for the most crucial lighting and camera work that it has ever taken to capture one of these beverages. That was largely successful. These are really neat because the layers do stay separate, but it all kind of comes up through your nose. And you kind of taste a little bit of all the mainstays of the Victorian bar together at the same time while you're experiencing each one of them for what they are. The Chartreuse shining through the brandy is just one of the best things I've ever had. As you already know from this show, those are two of my favorite things in the world. And then the Grand Marnier and the Maraschino Liqueur, that just really adds to that richness, that full-bodied sweetness with some spice that is so characteristic of Victorian mixology. You're going to get full off of one of these a lot quicker than you would off of one of the light cocktails that we're so used to today. So this is something that I've been a little nervous about sharing with you because I wasn't sure I could pull it off. We're happy with how it went today. And thanks for coming out to South Park City Museum with us, experiencing the Apothecary, possibly the root of purpose-made bar equipment. So we're having a great time out here. Be sure to check that description below for how you can support South Park City Museum and our channel. And if you haven't done so already, please click the like and subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up with what we've got going on. My mind is just blown here, all right? We've got some great stuff coming up, and we will see you next time. Here's to you.